Hi there. My name is Julissa Adams. I've been a transpersonal and body centered psychotherapist since 1993, and I decided to make this little video to help people understand a little bit about the role that trauma is playing in our lives right now and start giving folks some tools both for managing the trauma and also for deepening your spiritual connection, passing through this pretty intense time that we're going through. So, in today's video, I'm going to talk about the foundational piece of handling trauma, which has to do with recognizing dissociation and being able to address it on a very straightforward, easy way. So, when we're in shock, we're basically in a state where our nervous system can't keep flowing with life. It kind of freezes for a moment. It's a survival response. You might have seen small animals do that when they basically can't get away or protect themselves, they'll freeze. So it's kind of one of our go-to things in our nervous systems as animals is to freeze for a minute. The problem is with human beings, sometimes we can get stuck there. We don't do a discharge process to get out of freeze. And the more that happens, going back to the beginning of your life, the more familiar it becomes, the more it can be kind of a baseline place that we can be in without actually noticing it. And when you're a little bit frozen and dissociated, what tends to happen is you're very much in your head. And so you can find it difficult to meditate, you can not notice things, miss turns, have little accidents, things like that. And also life is less enjoyable when we're in our heads and not really in our bodies. So if you are in your body, you're feeling something all the time. You just put your attention there and there's sensations, there's emotions, there's various different things happening inside the body dynamically. When it feels like it's fine, there's not much going on, and you're not necessarily breathing very deeply, you might actually be dissociated. So, what I want everybody to understand about dissociation is it's meant to be a short-term response to shock and trauma. It's meant to help us get through something that's pretty awful by just diminishing the experience as much as possible on just a natural physical basis. But it's not meant as a long-term thing. It's meant as a very short-term thing and developmentally in our nervous system. And what happens if it turns into a more longer-term thing, because stuff is happening every day and maybe you grew up with that or you've been through trauma in your life and it just kind of gets away from us all, then that's going to affect the gut, the heart, the immune system, relationships, spiritual connection, creativity, joy, sexuality, all aspects of health. It's just not meant to be something that becomes normal. So a foundation for being able to hold on to yourself, to stay human, to be in some way, shape, or form healthy or enjoy life in this shocking, stressful world is just to be in the body and be able to have the emotional experience process and not get so overwhelmed that everything turns into a logjam inside. So the basic essence of this is to just take deep breaths and connect with your body, deliberately put your awareness down below the throat, down below the place where we kind of naturally start living if we're not paying attention, and actively feel the chest, the belly, the pelvis, the seat, the feet. That's grounding. That helps us really settle into the moment and connect to the earth and feel the stability of our body. But as we're grounding that way, we're likely to feel some sensations or some emotions inside just based on everything that's been going on. It might feel kind of heavy and thick and sad, or it might feel tight and wound up and anxious, or it might feel kind of empty and lonely. Whatever it is, it will actually shift through the simple process of embodied breath. So if you can breathe into your belly or your heart or wherever you're experiencing things and connect with it, not conceptually, not verbally, but more through compassion, through presence, through tenderness. Like if you were holding a child or an animal, you don't necessarily explain things to them, perhaps, but a lot of how you comfort them is through the connection of your own nervous system. So if you can breathe into the places inside of you that are tense or stuck, you can start to get that nervous system flow coming back, where you're taking deeper breaths and things are starting to kind of move inside, shift. Maybe it's subtle, but it's not stagnant. And that could be overwhelming. You could feel crushing grief or a really intense anxiety with what's going on in the world. So the trick psychologically and spiritually is to let it be very somatic, just what's happening in your body right now, not a whole lot of words about it if possible, and then integrate in something that feels positive, something that you enjoy, preferably a sensory experience, such as music or a smell or petting one of your animals or just walking on the earth and feeling it underneath your feet, or just anything that feels pleasurable to you. If you can divide your attention between the difficult sensations in your body and the nourishment of life itself in whatever way you're connecting with it, and let it be what it is. Don't expect it to just all go away in an instant. It's going to take a little while, and it might progress from one thing to another, and then it might circle back to what it started with. There's layers that we're having to process emotionally. And the bottom line is it takes time and space. We can't process the shock or the fear or the grief or whatever instantaneously. And since there's so much of it, unfortunately, we have to be able to weave our emotional processing and our work with our ability to stay embodied kind of throughout our day. It can't really just be saved up for once a week or 5 minutes a day. There has to be some space to breathe, connect with the body, feel the inner emotional experience, let the waves pass through, and then simultaneously connect with something that feels nourishing or relaxing or comforting or stable. And if you can just do that through your day, little bits here and there, yeah, you're going to feel more, but it'll help you not get sick. It'll help you still enjoy life, and it'll help you to be yourself and not get kind of flat or disconnected or end up on some kind of medication. Give it a try. And if you want to share your experience or you have any questions, definitely leave a comment and I'll be happy to respond to you. And if you liked this video, just give it a like, or please subscribe if you're interested in hearing where I'm going to go with this. There's a lot I want to teach people about resources that you can use as we go through our days here, so that you don't get lost in the overwhelm and the pain of it all. See you next time. Thanks for your time and attention.